It looks like Alice was trained by the Desert Rose Amazons. Hi, my name is Michael S. Garner, and I like to do comic book related TV shows and movie reviews and just talk about, that type of stuff. And just give my thoughts and everything like that. Not necessarily a review, just a reaction to certain things. And wondering like what your reaction is to it too. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. Today we're going to be talking about Batwoman Season 2, Episode 3, Batgirl Magic. I don't know why they named this episode Batgirl Magic, but it just kind of like harkens back to like, we're talking about Batwoman, don't make her into Batgirl. Right off the bat, I just want to talk about some of the things about the episodes that kind of surprised me, and I thought were kind of good. Victor Zsasz. We recently had him in the Birds of Prey movie, if you haven't seen it. And the person did a good job who did I can't remember his name right now, who did the acting for Victor Zsasz. But honestly, just this one episode of Batwoman, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, anybody who actually watches Batwoman, but I think that he did a really good job. He played that crazy part really well, and I do think that this opening scene with Victor Zsasz was kind of horrifying. And I don't want to say a CW way, because I hate it when people do that to the CW. It was horrifying. It almost like harkened back a little bit to me, like of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer days. I'm like, whoa, that's freaky and scary. And they actually showed him ripping up his arms. That was a good scene. Once again, I do have to complain about the suit, though. And this is prior to her changing the suit, Ryan Wilder. The suit just seems to be how she battles. It's like she's wearing an Iron Man suit or something like that. And like all these vigilantes in the Batman family, in the Batman universe, with the exception of a couple, usually rely upon their skills. And she just seems to be relying upon the suit a lot. Like, oh, the bullet can't hurt me. Oh, I'm gonna throw batarangs and they miss you, but it doesn't matter because I'm invulnerable with the suit. But it's just, I kind of hate that part still. It's like, don't rely upon the suit. This is like when they put Spider-Man in the Spider-Man Iron Man armor. I hated that. Hated it. Spider-Man doesn't need armor. And the funny thing that she always says, oh, I'm bulletproof and everything like that. But you know what? Your eyes are showing and your mouth is exposed. You can get shot in any of those places and be killed. Saf, okay, whatever her name is, I'm going to call her Queen Hippolyta of Batwoman. It just seemed like I didn't do the research on this one. Because like I said, I'm a very big comic book geek, but I'm going to be the first to admit I can't keep up with everything that happens in the comic books. I can get the gist of everything that happens in the comic books. And especially like more recent ones. And I don't know if this character is in the comic books, but the whole Desert Rose thing and the whole island of women, but they have guys who are basically their slaves and being bodyguards and don't talk. But this whole island, I'm just like, why are we on Amazon Island? And like I said at the beginning of this video, Alice was trained by these people? That kind of threw me off. I'm like, Alice was trained by somebody? I just thought that she was a wackadoo. But no, she was trained, and maybe that explains, the martial arts and her looking like a hobo and being able to do it, but I just don't understand that. But I really do like the woman who is in charge of this island. And the fact that, she's mad at Alice because Alice left for the Desert Road that can cure everything, including cancer, by the way. The Desert Rose can cure cancer. I do understand that there's a learning curve for this new Batwoman and everything like that, but some of the things are so clumsy that she does, yet they try to balance the fact that she's so capable in so many different ways. But some of the things that she does is so clumsy, like I mentioned the batarang thing, the reoccurring batarang thing, like she wasted all the money, like throwing all these batarangs because she missed and everything like that. I'm like, this would be stuff that would get her killed. It's one thing if you have like superpowers or something like that, like you're a Spider-Man or something like that. Your learning curve, in my opinion, if you're writing a story, should be a lot longer because you have that superpower to protect you. Yes, you can get killed, but it's harder to kill you. She's just a person in a bat suit, jumping around the streets and everything like that. She should be dead. I do have to say, in this episode, she said one of my favorite lines from any CW show that actually just made me laugh. because it it commented on the Batwoman costume, which is something that it didn't bother me, but I always thought was a little bit funny. When Lucius Fox was basically complaining to her, saying, "No, the costume is perfect," because he's the one who created it, and that was the exact same thing that he basically said in the first season. It's like, "Oh, the Batman costume is perfection," and everything like that. And Ryan Wilder just replies with, "Have you seen the damn wig?" Love that. I was laughing my ass off on that. It does bother me the fact that she was able to alter the costume so easily. Like, she's suddenly technically proficient in being able to do that. This is not like just taking like a thread and needle and altering a costume. This costume is supposed to have, like I said, almost Iron Man, Batman level things in it. Not able to fly, not able to lift large objects or super strength or anything like that, but, it just has all this stuff in it. How was she able to alter that costume so easily? But I do have to say, when she came in her new costume, which we had kind of seen in trailers and clips and everything like that, I did like the way they did it. Like, they darkened it up. It looked more muted. And she did fix the wig. And I do like the way that how she did it. I just don't like how she got there. And not to mention, one thing that really kind of surprised me is that the cape was CGI when she first jumped down. I'm like, they've never done that with a CW character show, with the exception of like Supergirl and everything like that, because she's flying and all that. But they never really did that. I don't even remember them doing that with Batwoman, with the exception of the trailers and everything, like when she's standing. And I made the big point about the costume in my last video, which is the fact that I think that the costume's cape should be a bit longer because it seems more menacing. And they kind of did that with this, and I'm happy, and it looked good. It was kind of sad at the end when she defeated Victor Zsasz by extending her bow staff and knocking him out. Gosh. But at least she didn't beat the crap out of him. Because she's the new Batwoman. If she's that skilled and she's able to take on a Batman villain that easily and take him down, I would have been questioning him, like, okay, you just took him down that easily when he's supposed to be this expert assassin. So it kind of made sense, but it was just kind of funny that that's all she did to take him out. So, basically, I thought this episode was fun. I don't want to, I feel like a lot of people they really bash this show. And I'm not going to say I think that they are really bashing this show. When it's not that bad. It is what it is. And this new version, I believe that they're really, I believe that a lot of CW shows, they actually do care about the story a lot. They're trying to work with what they have. And with this show, they're their damnedest to make sure that Ryan Wilder comes off as being a good character. Skirting that line with Michael Burnham from Star Trek Discovery. Skirting that line. I think Ryan Wilder is a lot more likable, but just skirting that line of perfection, but with the clumsy things like the Batarang that kind of pulls it back. It's like, okay, she's not perfect and everything like that, but things like being able to make the suit, knowing the underground world, fighting like a ninja, all this stuff, it kind of like, it's skirting the line, but they're trying to balance it even by making Lucius Fox's son skeptical of her, because him being skeptical of her makes us skeptical, and like, why should we care about this new Batwoman? So I appreciate all those little things that they're doing to put the show together and everything. And as far as the story for this episode, it is what it is again. I just that whole world that looks like the Amazon world, and Hippolyta, the leader, Saffron, whatever her name is. All right, but yeah. Other than that, I thought this episode was fun. It was enjoyable. I actually watched it twice just to get that island thing in my head. I'm like, what is this island? And if it was mentioned in the first season, I didn't catch it. But I did enjoy this episode, and I will watch next week's episode. So, my name is Michael S. Garner. I like to do comic book related TV shows and movie reviews, and this one was Batwoman, Episode 3, Season 2. Tell me what you thought of it. Did you actually watch it? Did you care to watch it? Do you like Ryan Wilder thus far? And how they're portraying her and everything like that. Leave your comments down below. Share the video if you like. I would greatly appreciate anything you can do. And also, see you next time. Check out my original online comic book at magicloud.com.